Yeah, go ahead, Brendan.
Turn on my camera.
Turn on the camera.
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead, Brendan.
Namo Shakimani Buddha. Namo Shakimani Buddha.
Okay. So Sabrina, you got Nikki or no?
So I was just told that she's not going to be here because she's coming home from California right now.
Oh, no, Nikki, not not Anne. Anne, she's in California. We know. Okay, that's all right. Let's start to read then. Let's see here. So you are junior or a freshman, Vivian?
I'm a sophomore.
Sophomore, okay. With your friends, I forgot. Been for a while. We have not seen your friends. What's her name?
Julie?
Yeah, Julie. She busy too. She could not teach anymore.
Yeah, she's been trying to apply for scholarship.
Oh, really? Okay. All right. So let's start our class then. Yeah, let me share the screen. Yeah. Sabrina, would you mind to read the first page, please, Sabrina?
Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya. Homage to the enlightened Buddha, perfect in wisdom and compassion. Homage to the noble Dhamma, the universal law the Buddha taught. Homage to the holy Sangha, the protectors of the noble Dhamma. To this triple gem I go for refuge. May the triple gem bless and protect me and my loved ones tonight. May we be free from harm and danger. May we overcome our difficulties. May we always meet with success. May we be blessed with good health, strength, peace, and happiness. May my parents, brothers and sisters, teachers, friends, and relatives be well and happy.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, go ahead, Vivian. The next one, please, Vivian.
May they be free from harm and danger. If they are faced with harm and danger, I wish that they overcome the anxieties quickly. If they are faced with ill health, I wish that they regain good health soon. May the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha bless and protect them. Protect me and my loved ones tonight, O blessed one. Keep us away from harm and danger. Let our sleep be peaceful so that we awake in the morning refreshed in body and mind.
Yeah, finish off, please.
If I have strayed from the true path, may I never do so again. If I have carelessly hurt someone today by word or deed, may I be more mindful the next time. O Buddha, the enlightened one, help me to set my heart right. May my actions reflect your love and compassion. I shall strive to cleanse my heart from hate and envy, and shall live in harmony with all people. I shall be close to the Dhamma in good as well as in difficult times.
Very good. Brendan, keep a camera on, please. Brendan, read it, please.
I know that should the moment come for me to leave the world, I should do so without fear or regret, because I leave the world a better person than when I came into it. Whatever wrong someone may do to me, may I be compassionate and forgive, bear no hatred in my heart. I shall bear in mind to be grateful for the acts of love and consideration shown to me, no matter how small they appear to be. For those I love and those who love me, may this life be a blessing and a source of happiness to all beings. Namo Buddhaya.
Finish
I'd
off.
Huh?
Yeah, finish off.
I'd like to share the merits I have gathered today as well as in the past with the devas. May they rejoice in these merits and keep an eye on me and my loved ones. I would also like to transfer these merits to my departed relatives and friends. Wherever they are, may they be free from suffering and be happy.
Yeah. Johnson, are you handsome today?
I'm always handsome type, but I can't have my camera on right now.
Okay. Can you read this one, please?
The morning had arrived for the Buddha.
One here. This one here. Remember. Let's go back here. Go back here. Let's see here. Or get start here. Go ahead.
Bhikkhus, do not allow yourselves to be consumed by the flames of desire, hatred, and illusion. See the impermanent and interdependent nature of all dharmas in order not to be enslaved by the cycle of birth and death. created by the sense organs, objects of the senses, and the sense consciousness.
Okay, stop there. Can you remember we talked about the how your eyes was burning, how your eye will be burning, how your ear is burning, and so forth? Can you explain to Vivian? She's not here. She was not here last week.
If I recall correctly, the eyes and ears burning is basically like our desire to the attachments that we have, like watching games or playing games all day, watching TV is burning your eyes, and listening to very loud music or listening to negative things could burn your ears. Is I think that's what it is.
About burning your tongue.
Eating meat is burning your tongue.
About burning your nose.
Smoking.
Yeah. Okay. About Vivian, you know why desire may burn you or hatred may burn you? You know why, Vivian?
I think it may burn you because over time it's not good for your health if you keep eating those things.
Can you give one example when you're craving, when your greedy mind burn your eyes, burn your mind? Give one example.
Like read in terms of like competition, like when if you sabotage someone because you want to always win, then that's not good because you're working based off of your ill intentions and not working to improve yourself.
So Brandon, how could your anger burn your mind or burn your life?
Could my anger life? If I let hatred get in the way of me, then I guess I'll be.
One example.
Like an example, I'm so mad that I start smashing everything in front of me. Like I see a chair, I'm just so mad I just smashed the chair, and then I see the table, I get so mad I just smashed the table.
Okay, so how anger can burn your life? How?
Because I guess it can ruin relationships with other people.
Why? You give me one example.
Let's say I get in an argument with my friend. I'm so mad, and that was a such right. But I'm so mad. It's just one argument, and then boom, that relationship is over, and then I lose a friend because of my anger.
Yeah, Sabrina, can you give one example that that your anger may burn your mind or even burn your life?
Letting anger get to you, it can blind you, and then while you're in this like anger or haze of like madness, you're gonna push people away, you're gonna hurt people's feelings. And when you do this, you're not understanding what you're doing. You're just so mad that you're just in like you're always like in this like thought process of being so mad, saying like, no, it should have been this, it should have been that, but you're hurting others and you're not realizing it. And then you're just burning yourself more and more, and then you don't realize until it's too late that you've lost everything.
How about Vivian? How about other people? What you call the delusional people? They may burn their mind. They may burn their life. You know what's been delusional people, Vivian?
Yeah.
Can you give an example for those people?
Being delusional is like running your mind because you're setting these goals and expectations that are unreachable, and if you try to work towards them, you're basically not doing anything like useful with your life.
How about let's say if you buy a lottery ticket and you expect that you will win $1 million, is that delusional?
Yeah, I think that's pretty delusional because it's a 1 in a million chance, and instead of doing something else more productive with your money, like maybe giving back to your parents or like helping the poor, you're instead using that to gain for your own self-benefit that might not really even benefit you in the long run.
How about for the teen? What are the delusional problem that they may have for the teen? Like some of your friends. Can you spell out?
I feel like delusional things for teens is social media. Like they think that they're gonna
Yeah.
be really popular on social media, but like they're just like there's like millions of them out there, and the competition is really harsh.
Yeah. So Johnson, you use Instagram or WhatsApp and so forth, right? You chat with some of your friends, right?
Yes,
Johnson?
Ty.
So can you see any delusional teen there out there when they show up, they face when they show up something that make people laughing at them and so forth?
Um, like what do you mean? Like a joke or something? Or
Huh?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I thought it like funny comedians on social media all the time.
Remember someone that may claim to the high story building, right? And they want to show up, but somehow many of them they fall down and die, right? You know that?
Oh yeah, the Daredevils.
Mm-hmm.
They do all the sport
Yeah.
stunts and
Yeah, that's why. Anyway, so let's come back to the story one more time. Actually, this one we can skip that. Okay, so let's skip this. This one is easy. Oh, go ahead. Uh, do this one. Palm Forest. Serena, please.
The morning had arrived for the Buddha to depart from Isra and make his way to Rajagaha. Uruvela Kasapa asked the Buddha to show the entire Sangha to accompany him. The Buddha was reluctant, but Kasapa explained how easily 900 bhikkhus could travel together. There would be many forests around Rajaga where the bhikkhus could dwell. They could beg in many villages there, as well as in the capital city itself, making contact with many local people. Moreover, added Kasapa, the number of bhikkhus was now too large for the population of Gaya to support. Everything would be easier in Rajagaha. Seeing how knowledgeable Uruvela Kasapa was about the situation in Magadha, the Buddha agreed to let the 900 bhikkhus join him.
Okay, can summarize, please.
Basically, Uruvela Kasapa was worried about how many bhikkhus there were in the Sangha that were living in Gaya, and there's still many of them that the population of Gaya could not support them. So he recommended like how about they go to Magadha instead, and they could like reside there.
Yeah. Okay. Vivian, please. The next paragraph, the short one, Vivian.
The Kasapa brothers divided the Sangha into 36 groups of 25 bhikkhus. Each group was led by a senior student. This arrangement allowed the bhikkhus to make even ever greater progress on the path.
Okay.
So it's basically saying that since the groups are too big, it's harder to depart. And so to make their journey easier, they broke up into smaller groups.
All right. So let's see here. Let's move on to the Zen story. Let's see here. Okay, Brandon, can you read the first Zen story, please, Brandon?
Yeah. The other side. One day, a young Buddhist on his journey home came to the banks of a wide river. Staring hopelessly at the great obstacle in front of him, he pondered for hours on just how to cross such a wide barrier. Just as he was about to give up his pursuit, just as he was about to give up his pursuit to continue his journey, he saw a great teacher on the other side of the river. The young Buddhist yells over to the teacher, "Oh, wise one, can you tell me how to get to the other side of this river?" The teacher ponders for a moment, looks up and down the river, and yells back, "My son, you are on the other side."
Okay, you understand that?
Yeah.
What's mean? Can you summarize what's about?
So there's a Buddhist, and there's a river, and there's two banks, or there's two sides of the river, right? A bank, or there's two banks of a river, and um, there's a Buddhist. He was just like he was wondering how to cross, and then he saw a great teacher on the other side. And then the Buddhist was like, "Oh, can you tell me how to get to the other side of the river?" The teacher was like, "You're on the other side already."
Okay. So what's the meaning? What's the moral of this story then?
Um, I think the meaning is that he's worrying so much about how to. He's worrying so much about one thing when he already has it, I guess. So like he's worrying so much about how to cross the river, but I guess he's already on the other side.
Okay.
Perspective of the wise teacher. I mean, I guess he is on the other side, right? So
Mimi,
yeah.
how you been, Mimi? You can turn on the cam. Brandon, keep a cam on, please. How you been, Mimi?
I'm doing good. How have you been?
Thank you. So you been back to school yet? Or you still have free time?
I'm back to school.
When?
I this Wednesday, sadly.
So you love to go back to school or no way, no choice?
I would definitely want my break to be longer, because I have a lot of schoolwork that I need to finish. Yeah.
Your brother there? You can ask your brother to join in. He's not there?
No, he's not. He's exercising right now.
He build up his muscle with lift weight.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Vivian, do you understand the moral of that story, Vivian? What's the hint meaning of this story, Vivian?
What I think that the moral of the story is that like it's like the grass is not greener on the other side, and that like he like not everything is what it seems like.
So can you give one example in the actual give one actual example of this moral?
Like one of my friends, she wants to switch teachers because she doesn't like her current teacher, but like she doesn't know what the other teacher teaches like, right? So maybe she might think it's better because from other people's experience it might be better, but to her it might not. So it's not everything's not what you expect.
Yeah. So like when you teach the student in Vietnam, right? And some of the student, they may come from the rich family, right? And this you may say, oh, I wish that I live in that type of house, right? And that student say, well, you live in America, your life is more enjoyable than us in Vietnam. You make sense, Vivian?
Yeah.
Why? You know why it makes sense?
It makes sense because it's like you think that you always have the short end of the stick, but sometimes when you like look at all the negativity, you fail to realize that all the positivity that's going on around you.
Yeah, you have there already, right? You don't need to look for anything else. You have there. And yeah, Mimi, con đọc với con The Dead Man, Mimi.
When Mamiya, who later become a well-known preacher, went to a teacher for personal guidance, he was asked to explain the sound of one hand. Mamiya concentrated upon what the sound of one hand might be. You're not working hard enough, his teacher told him. You're too attached to food, wealth, things and that sound. It would be better if you die. That would solve the problem. The next time Mamiya appeared before his teacher, he was again asked what he had to know regarding the sound of one hand. Mamiya at once fell over as if he were dead. You're dead, all right, observed the teacher. But how about that sound? I haven't solved that yet, replied Mamiya, looking up. Dead men do not speak, said the teacher. Get out.
Yeah, can you summarize what it's about?
So Mamiya is a preacher, and he went to his preacher who went to a teacher for like personal guidance. And he want to get rid of the sound that bring like a sound of a hand. And his teacher said that one way that you could really solve that problem is if you're dead. And then somehow he fell over like I'm guessing he act dead, and the teacher asked his dead body if the sound he's still hearing the sound, and he replied yes. And the teacher said dead men do not speak.
He kicked him out.
Yeah.
So Johnson, do you understand the meaning of this story, Johnson?
Not really, Ty.
Really? Wow. Okay. Sabrina, you understand the meaning of this story? Sabrina?
I'm guessing it's saying like more of like to get rid of your attachments, because he says like you are too attached to food while things and sound, it would be better if you died. That would solve the problem. So I'm guessing Mamiya, he hadn't reached the point of like understanding like not everything is that important. Like our bodies, we're not gonna have them forever. When we leave, we're not gonna take them with us. It's not like we can keep these. So it's more of saying he was saying like your true focus on things like food, the sound of things. You're not focused on like your inner self and things and understanding like you're not gonna have all this. You're too, how do I say it? Like you're too focused on other things than um I don't I don't know how to explain it.
Mm-hmm. Vivian, you understand this moral, the meaning of this story, Vivian?
I think that the moral of the story is that like life isn't as complicated as you make it out to be, and if you overthink it, you get too attached, and so the only answer to like being able to be satisfied with yourself is to get rid of those attachments.
Mm-hmm. Let's say Brandon, let's say your parents you go to the restaurant with your parents, okay, Brandon, and somehow you pretend that you are a gentleman, that you are a good boy, right? And while your parents may ask you to choose the food, and you may say, no, I can eat anything. I can eat any food that you order. But actually you like phở more than others. You understand what I mean, right? You just pretend that you are a good boy, that you're not greedy, but actually you really want. Make sense, Brandon? Understand that? So how can you deal with your mind when you pretend yourself? How? Let's
How
say,
can I?
let's say in front of the ladies, you pretend that you're a strong man, right? You show up and so forth. How could you handle that? How could you? How could you live in a truly way who you are instead of showing up? How?
Uh, I guess then I wouldn't say anything about it.
Really?
Would I would just be quiet, because if I know I can't do it, then
I
I
mean that.
won't do it.
Have you ever pretend that you're a strong man, smart man, and so forth before?
No,
Never in your life? You sure?
I think yeah. I try to be honest. So
Okay. Yeah. How about you, Johnson?
Have I pretended to be anything that I was not?
To be a strong man, to be a handsome man, to be a smart man, to
Uh,
be a generous man, and so forth. Have you ever?
yeah, I pretended I was good at playing Fortnite
Oh,
game, but I was really not good at playing it.
oh, really? So how? So later on, other people find out, and you how could you deal with them when they find that you act up?
Well, when they find out that I'm not good at the game, they don't want to play with me, so they don't play with me.
Okay. So Mimi, let's say during the camp, right? In the summer camp, somehow you may pretend to be a strong sister, right? Let's say you walk in the dark with a group of little children, and you say, don't worry, the ghost will be strong," but actually you really scared. How can you handle them?
Realistically, I would just leave them there and run away. But since I'm pretending to be strong here, I would try to maybe distract them by playing with them, using electronic and play a movie with them so they get distracted.
How about you,
Anyway,
Sabrina? When we pretend to be someone else, are we weak? Are we strong? Sabrina, what do you think?
I prefer to play more of a strong character as best as I can, so I don't worry others.
No, I mean that when we pretend to be someone else, to be strong, to be smart, to be beautiful, handsome, and so forth, at that moment, we are strong or we weak?
I would say we're more weak because we're hiding behind such a fake persona that it's not exactly us. We're
Mm.
hiding behind this like fake I guess you could say image of someone we want to be. We want to be that person, but on the inside we're not exactly that person. We're just more weak. Until we can get to the point that we can break out of that shell, then that's when we're strong. But we're weak if we're hiding behind an image.
Yeah. How about you, Vivian? When you see people pretend that they're smart, they're beautiful, that they're strong, they're intelligent, and so forth, what do you think? They weak or they strong?
I think that if they pretend, then they are weak because they didn't have the strength to show their true self. And they also will always have like holes in their persona because they're not good at doing that specific thing.
Okay. Like I'll just give one example. Let's say when you walk into the darkness with some of your friends, so you pretend that you be strong. Is that good, or it's better to express yourself? Oh, I'm scared. What do you think, Vivian?
I think that it's better to like tell them that you are actually scared, but like reassure them that like we're together, so like we should be less scared, but you shouldn't hide your fear, because if you hide your fear, then other people will over depend on you and you won't be able to um like act up to that role.
But like you mentioned, right? If you are a leader, right? If you lead a group of little children, and you say I'm scared, so you discourage them too, right? But it's better to pretend, oh, I'm strong. Which one is better? Which choice is better? To pretend to be strong so that you can lead the little children to go through the darkness, or just say outright, oh, I'm scared of the darkness, like you guys too. Which one is better? Vivian.
I feel like if you like lie to them, or you pretend that you are strong, and the moment comes and you can't step up to that role, then they will be in an even worse spot, because like at least if you like prepare them, like I'm a little scared, then they'll be a little bit more mentally prepared for what's going, because they know that you're not fully there to help them. But if you pretend and you're like, oh, I got this, I can protect you, no problem, then they'll let their guard down. And if something does go wrong, it's a lot harder for them to manage the situation because they're not prepared for it.
So Johnson, you agree with Vivian that you need to pretend yourself, or you need to speak true from your own heart that you're scared of the ghost. You may discourage the young one follow you.
Sometimes it's good to pretend. I agree.
Really? Can you give one example?
Yeah, there's a saying, Ty. It's called fake it till you make it. Okay, so an example would have to be like man, I can't really give any good examples besides the one you already gave with the little kids in the darkness. But let's just say a good example would be like, oh, I tell everybody I can eat this really spicy ramen, and then I eat it.
How about you, Sabrina? It's better. It's in that situation when you lead the other people, you need to pretend that you be strong, or it's better to tell them what's going on in your mind so that you be truly who you are, Sabrina.
In that situation, it can really vary. If there's like no one who's willing to step up, then it would be a good idea that you step up. Even if it's not true to you, at least you're able to like seem like a strong person and help lead people on and be the leader that everyone needs. Like it's fine to also be scared and understanding, but like if you can help others at your moment of weakness, it is fine when that has to happen. And there's going to be another leader that you can follow in the future. But if you need to like fake it till you make it, then that's fine. That's if there's no one else willing to step up and you need to take a step up and you know you can.
Mimi, you agree with what Sabrina just say? What do you think? How?
Yeah, I agree.
How?
What's that?
How? Why do you agree with her?
Because it's good to be true to yourself a lot, but unless someone doesn't want to like help others out, that's when it's good for you to step up and help other kids. And yep.
Okay. Brandon, you agree with them that sometimes you need to wear the mask to fake yourself, or you need to be truly who you are?
I think most of the time you should be true to yourself. But sometimes, yeah, I think you should be fake sometimes.
Oh, really? Sometimes you wear the mask, sometimes you fake yourself,
Yeah,
right?
like obviously for like a good purpose, but I think
Which one?
I think you should be honest most of the time, but
About
you can fake
5%, 50% of time you may fake
like
yourself, you wear your mask to show that you're strong.
maybe 90% you're honest.
Okay.
90%, yeah.
And 10% you fake yourself. 10% that you want to show up to other ladies. This is
No,
me.
no, not showing off. Like if it's like a serious like thing, like I feel like you should fake it.
All right. So Vivian, I have a video clip. Summarize, please, Vivian. Okay.
Yeah.
Receive a call from a friend. This is a friend who was nowhere to be found when you needed her, but she constantly asked you for favors. You dread these phone calls, but you still pick up. Hey, Susie, what's up?
Hi, I need you to send me your homework. I forgot to do mine.
This is the 6th time that this has happened. Even though you're exhausted from work and you hate it so much that she constantly asks you for favors that she is capable of doing herself, you reply, yeah, of course, I'll send it over now.
Thank you.
You just wish that she would grow up and realize that she is responsible for her own life. But if you hate it so much, why did you say yes? It's because you're a good person and you don't want to cause any conflict, right? The truth is, no. Even though you think that you're doing this out of kindness and care for your friend, the truth is you're being unkind to yourself, not giving yourself the self-respect you deserve. So now, what is self-respect? Here are 8 pillars of self-respect. See how many you cross off. Number 1, I'm my own best friend. Having self-respect means knowing how to respect and befriend yourself. Showing others that you treat yourself the way you treat someone you love is one of the strongest signs that you have a high level of self-respect. Being kind and caring and maintaining a healthy relationship with yourself are all great habits to practice to have more self-respect. Others who see this are more likely to treat you with more respect because gaining respect from others starts from having self-respect.
Okay, Vivian, can you summarize the first part? What's mean, Vivian?
I think the first part is saying that that the first part of knowing that you have self-respect for yourself is being independent and not relying on others to make you feel happy or make you feel good, but rather knowing that you yourself have the capability to make yourself feel like you are enough.
Like Brandon just mentioned that 90% he will be truthfully with himself, but the other 10% he may wear the mask. He may fake himself as a strong man, a handsome man, and so forth. Is that that 10% are faking? Is that self-respect or no?
I think that 10% is not self-respect because you still feel like you're unsatisfied with where you are, and that's why you have to pretend to make yourself or the world accept you, which means that you don't accept yourself enough.
So that 10% show that you don't respect yourself, right? Okay, so how can you transform that, Brandon, with that 10%? Can you reduce? How can you do just 10%? That you don't respect yourself if you fake or wear the mask yourself. How can you do that?
I guess thinking with my head a bit more.
Okay. Yes. Sabrina, the next one. Okay, I know my priority. Okay, Sabrina, are you ready?
Yeah.
Number 2, I know my priorities. When faced with difficult situations, a person with self-respect sticks to their priorities. For example, let's say you have a choice between attending a party that might heighten your social status or staying home and babysitting your younger sibling that you promised your parents you would. If keeping to family obligations is a higher priority than increasing your social status, you may choose to keep your responsibilities and sacrifice the fun for the time being. Not only would you be reinforcing to yourself that you have self-respect, but others will also respect you for being confident in your decisions and not being swayed by outside influences. Number 3.
Okay. Yes, Sabrina, what's about?
Basically knowing like when you have two conflicts of one, you promise to do something for someone. It could be your parents, your friends, anything. Or you were invited by another friend who wanted to take you out to go have fun. And it's now like you can now choose to respect your priorities and choose to go keep up the promise that you gave to that person, and then you can other friend that invited you, be like, hey, let's schedule for another time. But I had a application that came up earlier that I need to go help with that I promised. And hopefully that they will respect your decision.
So when you uphold your decision, right, you respect yourself, right? The more that you break your promise, right? Okay, Mimi, the next one, okay, Mimi.
I respect others. Those with high respect show respect to everyone, regardless of class, age, gender, sexuality, etc. CEOs and political leaders know that showing respect to those in less powerful positions is one way to gain respect from others, because they have enough self-respect to know they gain others' respect by the way they treat others, not purely through their high-level positions.
Okay, yeah, Mimi, you understand what's about?
So basically it doesn't matter who everyone are. You just gotta respect them and treat them the way you want to be treated. That's basically it.
Yeah, okay, good, thank you. Johnson, the next one, okay, Johnson, number 4. Johnson, you ready, Johnson? Okay, Brandon, number 4, okay. Brandon.
Number 4. I know when I'm in the wrong and can show humility by apologizing. One of the best combinations found in the most self-respecting leaders includes both confidence and humility. Remember that knowing you are always growing and have room for improvement is a sign of self-respect. Number 5.
Okay, what's mean by that, Brandon?
A sign of self-respect is to have the ability to apologize for your mistakes.
When you made mistake, you need to apologize. You need to recognize the mistake. Why is this considered as self-respect?
Well, if you were to make a mistake and you don't apologize or anything like that, then you're gonna make yourself look bad, right? I guess. Let's say I knock over a vase and it's my fault, right? But if I never apologize and I never speak up about it and I never, then I don't have any self-respect because I'm never being, I guess, honest about it, or I'm not showing humility, right?
But
So,
if you knock the vase down, if you made mistake, if you fail the class and you say I'm sorry, then people look down on you then.
they can look down upon me, I guess, but for me, I guess it's like if I'm able to accept that, that I make mistakes, then that's better than me being ignorant about me not making a mistake and that it wasn't my fault, so
When you accept your mistake and move on and make correction, right? So that you can be better person, right? That shows how respect, right? Johnson, are you there, Johnson? Okay. Sabrina, can you do the next one, please, Sabrina? Okay.
I maintain healthy boundaries. The self-respecting person understands that their time and energy are valuable. They're more likely to invest those things in people and activities that bring them true fulfillment. Instead of cutting out toxic people from life or immediately going cold turkey on activities you know don't support you, find ways to gradually create boundaries that'll help bring you more inner peace. With practice, you'll learn to trust yourself in weeding out what is toxic from your system.
Okay, go ahead, Sabrina. What's about?
Basically, you being able to understand like when there are toxic things in your life and knowing how to deal with them easily without causing any crazy drama or conflict between you two by slowly like spacing yourself away. Like you could do like, hey, if they invite you out, you could be like, hey, I don't want to, or like if they want to partner with you, you could be like, hey, I was already asked by someone else, but maybe next time. Just slowly start to like put time and space between you guys.
So let's say so this one is really a healthy boundary, right? Between you and your friends, right? Right, Sabrina?
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's say when your friends invite you to their birthday party, right? But somehow they insist that you need to bring something to show that you are good best friend with them. Is that healthy relationship or no?
Um, in a way, I feel like unless it's like depending on how they asked you, like if they're only asking you to bring something and like you've already noticed that you're always the one bringing, you're only the only one always supplying things to others. I feel like at that point you should just, I would say no to that because at that point it just seems like they're using me and that's very negative towards me as well. Because every time I keep agreeing to them, they're going to expect me to bring something for them all the time. Unless like it's like a whole group of people bringing things equally, like a whole group like having a Friendsgiving, for example, everyone brings something. And that's understandable if they ask me to bring something. But if I'm the only one being asked, then I'd say no because they're just going to get so used to it and they're going to expect me from that point on.
So you say that let's say the whole group start to drink. I'm talking about drink beer and so forth. So you go along with them?
No, because if we are going to be friends, I want them to understand, like, I'm going to understand their boundaries. If they want to drink, they can drink. But if they're going to start forcing it upon me, I'm going to say no and leave. But if they start, like, if they don't agree and believe with me, then I'm going to start spacing myself away from them and I'm going to deny it and leave from that negative, like, energy of that group. I cannot stay there if I'm knowing they're going to force me to do something I don't respect and I don't personally want to do.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we call the healthy boundary, right? When you know the limit yourself, right? If they push you, right? All right, Vivian, the next one, Vivian. Okay, are you ready, Vivian?
Yeah.
And with more self trust comes more self respect. Number 6, I stand by my values, regardless of the witness. True self respect is holding yourself to values, morals, and ethics, whether or not others are there to witness. When your words and actions are rooted in integrity, you will naturally gravitate towards a self respecting mindset. Integrity is the voice within that is most grounding in the whirlwind of tempting influences. Follow it wisely, and you'll always find yourself in a place of self respect. Number 7, I know.
Go ahead, Vivian. What's about?
Number 6 is talking about how you have those beliefs, and if you have self-respect, you would stick to your self-beliefs no matter the peer pressure or what others perceive of your respect. Not your respect, but your beliefs. And that you should always be honest and keep your word because that shows that you have your responsibility with your own actions and your own words.
Can you give one example?
Like one example of like standing by your values is that like if you promise your friend that you're gonna help her with something, then you have to do it. Or like if you were taught by your parents to like say you can't point your fingers and others still find that weird that you don't point your fingers or you like do some weird you have some rituals that you do with your family, you shouldn't change it because others find it weird as long as you feel comfortable.
So let's say you know what I mean by ăn chay, right? So right. So on that day, right, you made me a promise that okay, I will ăn chay, I will be pure vegetarian for a day. But somehow when you go out with your friends, right, to the KFC, McDonald's, and so forth, right? So your friends invite you to join with them for a piece of meat, right? A piece of hamburger, a piece of chicken, so forth. How could you stand on your? I mean, how can you be formed on that particular day, Vivian? Not
I
by
think like you just have to like what the previous one says, you have to set your boundaries because if they truly respect you for who you are, then they should accept that you have these obligations and you have these values in your life that you must oblige to. Also, because you promised yourself or someone else, and as someone who respects themselves, you don't want to lose your credibility, so you have to keep your word.
Okay, good. Thank you. Mimi, get the number 7. Okay, Mimi.
Okay.
I have reasons to love myself. An easy exercise for developing more self-respect is writing down characteristics and traits that make you feel highly valuable and worthy in your own eyes. Maybe it's the way you treat people with kindness, your consistent punctuality, or how you always have courage in the face of your fears that makes you respect yourself. Read the list back to yourself when you need a reminder of your values, and practice self-respect every day by sticking to them.
Okay, Mimi, what's about number 7?
Is that you have to love yourself and respect yourself. And if you still like have a hard time doing that, just do a few exercise like what was it? Write down the list that you like about yourself and reflect on it, like how the way that like you help other, your courage, or like what you value about yourself.
What do you think for the people, especially the young one, the teen? If they smoke too much, that they may burn their lung. If they drink alcohol too much, that they fall on the ground and they couldn't control their mind. For them, right? For them, they think that they enjoy those type of smoking, drinking, right? How
Yeah.
about what do you think? That's the way they don't respect themselves. Is that right?
Definitely they're not respecting their body. But like I feel like if they like enjoy it and like it, then I'm thinking that they do feel good about it, but then in the end they're still just hurting the body. So I don't think like yes to the mind, but no to the body. But also some of them like drink for pure pressure, or they did it because their other friend are doing it, so they want to do it to look cool. So they're not respecting themselves because they're trying to fit in.
That's what the problem, especially the young one. Johnson, are you there? Johnson?
Yes, Ty.
All right, you the last one, okay, Johnson? Okay.
And
Yes,
number
Ty.
I surround myself with people I know respect me too. Once you've solidified a strong sense of self-respect for yourself and have maintained distance from those who don't, finding a tribe that loves and respects you will become second nature. When you know who you are and why you deserve to respect yourself, you'll refuse to allow anyone who wants to convince you otherwise to have any influence in your life. Everyone struggles with self-confidence and self-love from time to time, but they aren't meant to be final destinations where healing and growth stop. What matters is maintaining a consistent amount of self-respect for ourselves and one another throughout the ups and downs of it all. There has been a huge decline in mental health around the world, which is why we are so committed to creating more content.
Okay, Johnson, what's the number 8, Johnson?
Surround yourself with people who respect you.
Why
So
that?
basically,
Why?
because because if you surround yourself with negative people and people who don't respect you and people who always put you down, it will ruin your self confidence and your self respect to yourself.
Can you give an example?
If I hang around everybody at summer camp, everybody's fun, everybody's cool, everybody's always positive and happy. It's a good environment, and it makes me happy. And if I hang around, let's just say I hang around really bad people who vape, smoke, and all that all the time, and always want to be better than others, and they always put other people down, I would always feel sad, negative, and depressed if I was around those people.
So yeah, that's great. Then, so Vivian, can you summarize about the meanings of this 8 type of self-respect in general? You don't need to spell from 1 to 8. Can you summarize what's about Vivian?
So overall, having self-respect is knowing what you're comfortable with and sticking to those comforts and while also surrounding yourself with people who respect you and who respect your boundaries and what you believe.
So Mimi, can you summarize what the I's of them? You don't need to spell 1, 2, 2, 5. Just in general, what you get from this.
I definitely feel like make sure to respect yourself and respect other. Like what Vivian said, set a boundary for yourself. And then there's this one other one. Like did I say be true to yourself before? Yes.
Be true to yourself. Yes, Sabrina, what you get from this 8 step of having self-respect, Sabrina?
Well, of course, I got to understand to like focus on myself more. I feel like a lot of the times, like sometimes I'm too over focused with my studies that to the point like when I'm with my friends, I forget that I should also respect my choices and like what I do. And like if I end up doing this and they can't agree with me, then why should I feel so bad that I chose that? But the fact is that I'm actually worrying about myself without even realizing, only because like I thought like I wasn't focusing on myself, I was so focused on times. Now, like when I do something without realizing, it's more of myself also understanding like I gotta even when I don't realize it, I'm also caring for myself as well. If they can't respect it, then why are we even friends?
Brandon, what you learn from this 8 step or 8 ways of having self-respect? What you take away from this?
What I took away, or what really spoke to me was, I think the example of having like the friend is calling, but she's mentally draining, but you're trying to be nice, so you pick up, and then they ask you for a favor. You're like, oh, okay, I will. But you think that you're trying to be nice, right? But if it's affecting you, like if it's affecting your self-respect, is it really nice then? So I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, Johnson, if that's the case, someone invite you to join with the birthday party and they try to convince you that try to try to take a sip. Is that if you try, is that self-respect or no way, Johnson?
That's no way in self-respect. You're just obeying what they tell you to do.
Okay. Anyway, so that's time up. Thank you. Go ahead, Johnson. Can you do number 1, please, Johnson? Go ahead, Johnson.
Can you put it up?
Oh, really? Okay, you forgot. Okay. Okay, let me share.
Thank you, Ty.
Yeah, go ahead.
To the Buddha I return and rely, vowing that all living beings understand the great way profoundly and bring forth the Bodhi mind.
Okay, thank you. Vivian, number 2, please.
To the Dharma I return and rely, vowing that all living beings deeply enter the sutra treasury and have wisdom like the sea.
Okay, Mimi, the last one, please.
No. To the Sangha I return and rely, vowing that all living beings form together a great assembly, one and all in harmony.
Okay, Serena, may I please, Serena?
May I be productive this weekend?
Maybe productive this weekend.
May I practice self-respect this weekend?
Practice self.
And may I stay warm this weekend?
Yeah, stay warm. And
Alexis, welcome back, Alexis.
Hello.
Brandon, may appearance, please, Brandon.
May our parents stay warm.
yeah,
May
parents
our
stay,
parents stay warm.
May our parents be wealthy.
may our parents
Parents
be
be
wealthy.
wealthy.
May our parents be healthy.
May
May
our
our
parents
parents
be healthy.
Okay. Yeah, Alexis, you come a little bit late, so can you do my
Sorry.
weekend?
Yeah, sorry, we have a 3-hour time difference.
All right, weekend. Do may our weekend.
May our weekend be fun?
May our
May we can be fun.
May our weekend be relaxing?
may we can
May we can be relaxing.
May our weekend be positive?
May we can be positive.
Good, thank you.
Everyone, follow along, please.
May I be happy.
May I be happy.
May I be
Elsie.
May I get good grades. May I get good
grades.
May I
May I
not
get
be
grades?
annoying. May I
To not be annoying. Okay. Who? Okay. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Catch a bag. Okay. I want to go. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Sophie. May our parents.
May our parents be healthy.
May our parents be healthy.
May our parents be kind.
May your parents be
Parents be wealthy.
May our parents be healthy. And now, Kyle. May our night.
May our night be quiet.
May our night be
May I be
quiet.
quiet.
May our night be good.
May I be good.
Good. Yep. Okay. One more.
May our night not have Vietnamese homework with my nightmares.
May our
May
night
night
have not Vietnamese homework and nightmares. Good one. Thank you, Kyle. All right. So, thank you for listening. Thank you for dealing with my weird choice of words in that summarization. And thank Ty.
I want to say thank you to Ethan. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
You're welcome, children.
Thank you. Thank you, Ethan. Thank you, Ethan. Thank you, Ethan.
Bye bye.
Thank you, Ethan.